welcome back to Ghosting with Anya. I'm your host, Anya Smith, also the author of Anya's Ghost Stories, Volume 1 and Volume 2, The Return of the Dead. And here's my co-host, my husband, Chris. Our little kitty is in our bedroom right now, so just relaxing. What a day today, man. Chris had to work at the Marriott from 8 o'clock in the morning to 4:30 p.m. So once he got off work, he and I went to run some errands. I had to pay my phone bill. It cost me like $54. That's normal. It's like about $100 less. So I'm all good. Then we went to Burlington. I got some new clothes. Well, I didn't get the t-shirt, but I got some sweatpants and something else as well. So after that, we went to, we also went to Walmart. I got some little cat food, little treats for the kitty as well. I got some churu for the cat and some little treats as well. And I also bought some yarn. And then afterwards, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings and got little dinner there. I had my chicken Caesar salad. Chris had some chicken wings with some ranch and sauce. Plus, we also had some tater tots and some diet pop. So I spent quite a lot, almost $200 for it. Somewhere around there, but I still have about $188.27. So yeah, he ate some wings. He loved it. I loved my chicken salad. So anyway, we have a new story for you guys tonight. It is called The Coach at the Community Pool. Something to do with swimming. You know, I actually had a coach that helped us train with the swimming skills and stuff. I used to be professional swimmer. I used to be part of the Special Olympics back in the day when I was a kid. So I started doing Special Olympics when I was like 14. I did a lot of sports. So I am retired. I haven't done sports in years, but I go bowling once in a while. But you know, we actually live 2 blocks away from the bowling alley. So it's actually fun. We can go bowling whenever. So, but yes. Anyway, I had fun, but I started feeling like I had a lot of things going on in my life, like school, jobs, health problems, plus the sports as well. So had a lot going on in my life, especially with the family problems. So, but yes. So, yeah, I used to be in Special Olympics from 2001 until I can't even remember when's the last time I did the Olympics. I don't know, almost 10 years back, maybe a little more than 10 years. I think it was 11 or 12 years back. I can't even remember. But I quit doing that because I had so much shit going on. So I decided to, not do the Olympics. And it's 2026. And my answer is that I will never go back to Special Olympics because I just prefer be where I am now, like at home. I'd rather be a stay-at-home mom taking care of a cat, take care of the house, plus the husband, pay the bills, and write my own novels, and do podcasting every night. So yes, at 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. So this is what I rather do. So do some podcasting, help my producer do whatever he needed me to do, like take care of his house for a little bit, do some running some errands, go to the library, hang out there, mostly just take care of my own house, like do some laundry, cooking dinner, cleaning up, take care of my cat problems. So, plus feed my husband, of course. I'll have to cook something anytime. I just have to buy more food or whatever, but mostly Chris buys it because every Thursday Chris has to go shopping and he pays the rent for the house, and I pay my own phone problem because, well, it's on my plan, so I take care of that problem myself. And I do podcasting every night, 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. So anyway, we've got a really good story for you guys tonight. If you're ready, let's get started on the story. So he also says, I bought us grapes, oranges, and strawberries and mangoes. I ate all the mangoes because I love mangoes, especially the mango spears. I can't help it. I get hungry constantly because my stomach never stops. But anyway, enough with the food problem. So tomorrow, hopefully that I get everything taken care of, the house, the food, feed the cat, of course. Well, hopefully, okay, here's a problem now that we've got. I thought Ace Rent to Own fixed our original washer that we bought like a couple months ago. I think it was sometime in June. And I thought they fixed it, but apparently they did not. So we went to Ace Rent to Own today as I was on my way to Boost Mobile to pay for my phone, take care of that bill. So he told them that we like the gray washer way better than the original one that we got. So they're gonna give us our temporary washer back because we're gonna keep that one because it works a lot better, and they're gonna give us the matching dryer with it because our washer works a lot better than the one we have now. So anyway, let's stop mumbling about day in life, about my routines. So we are gonna do the story. So all right, so I just also want to say thank you for supporting my YouTube channel. You guys are amazing fans. So get yourselves something to drink, like maybe tea, water, pop, or hot chocolate, because the weather is going to change again soon. It's a back to school this month because the kids are about to go back to school sometime in August. So just sit back, relax, and please click like, share, and subscribe to Ghosting with Anya. You guys are always welcome to join me on live stream, and you're always welcome to join me on the conversation about the story. You're always welcome to participate on that. So anyway, please click like, share, and subscribe, and let's get started on the story. it's really good story. It's something to do with real life events about the coach at the community pool. So that's the name of the story, and let's get started. Darren never expected the community pool to feel haunted in winter because there was no water in the main lanes after November. The city drained the deep end for maintenance, covered the shallows, and used the rec center mostly for youth conditioning and lifeguard certification classes until spring. He took the part-time facilities job there because it fit around his classes and because empty pools are easier to clean than crowded gyms. He was wrong about that. Empty pools are eerie in precisely the way abandoned stages are eerie. Made for action and suddenly all edges at night, the tiled room held every sound too long. Broom bristles, bucket slosh, the squeak of rubber soles. One cold Tuesday, while resetting rescue tubes in the storage cage, Darren heard a whistle blow sharp and short from the far deck. No one was there. Then a voice barked again. But with your shoulders squares. From the diving end where the old starting blocks stood under tarp. The assistant aquatics director reacted with visible reluctance when Darren mentioned it. There had once been a swim coach named Martin Keel, she said, who built half the city's competitive program out of stubbornness, stopwatch tyranny, and a genuine refusal to let kids believe bad circumstances meant mediocre. Effort was destiny. He died years ago after a cardiac event. During a pre-dawn practice, some former swimmers still swore they heard his whistle during training laps when their form got lazy staff sometimes found kickboards restacked by lane, pace clocks reset, or old meat records pulled from storage before anniversary events. Darren, who had been an athlete long enough to resent and admire demanding coaches, equally asked whether the ghost always sounded annoyed. Only when he had reason, she said. The haunting became difficult to dismiss during lifeguard research weekend with the main pool still partly under maintenance. Trainees practiced rescue entries and carries in the therapy pool while Darren set cones and timed drills. One trainee kept collapsing her approach posture in a way that would have slowed a real response. Darren corrected her twice. On the third attempt, the whistle blew from the empty main deck, and every head turned hips up. A male voice snapped across the room. The trainee startled, reset instinctively, and ran the entry correctly. Nobody joked after that later. While stacking equipment, Darren found a wet footprint trail leading from the empty lap lanes to the old coach's office. Though every swimmer had been accounted for and the main pool remained covered and dry. Inside the office, one dusty stopwatch sat out on the desk where it had not been that morning. That stopwatch changed everything. It still worked more than that. It carried a strip of faded tape on the back with lane assignment, championship year, and one phrase in block pen. No sympathy on the wall. Darren laughed despite himself because it sounded exactly like the kind of brutal little coaching line that survives in muscle memory longer than in speech. Over the next few weeks, the old coach made himself known through training rather than fear. If Darren left the lane ropes coiled carelessly, he'd find them rolled tight and stacked by length. If an off-season teen group slouched through dry land drills, the pace clock in the empty pool room would click itself on and begin counting impossible intervals. Once, after Darren muttered that nobody used the old race blocks anymore, he came in to find one uncovered and the non-slip surface wiped clean off dust as if challenged. I hope this story makes any sense to you all, because I used to do a lot of swimming when I was a kid. Even when I was really, really young, my mom taught me how to swim, and she trained me a lot how to stay on the surface without drowning in the water. I used to float. I used to relax, and on the back, I would let my head go on the backwards. I would let my arms, relax a bit, and take a deep breath, inhale and exhale. So I learned a lot. So it's kind of like releasing your energy or something. Even as a child, I learned a lot. So I used to love swimming, but then everything changed. So anyway, let's get back to the story. But yes, I used to swim a lot. But I don't have the desire to swimming anymore. I only did that because we were celebrating my husband's cousin's eldest child's graduation party, so that's why. I just decided, I just wanted to support him, so that's why we went to the party. It was fun, but swimming isn't really my thing. The first direct sighting came during a January ice storm, when power flickered and the rec center evacuated everyone except essential staff. Darren stayed to check pipes and secure the natatorium doors in the reflected glass of the office window. he saw a man standing on the main deck in a navy track jacket with a whistle lanyard hanging straight down his chest. Martin Keel looked not spectral but intensely embodied by purpose. Broad stance, stopwatch in hand, one arm folded while the other pointed toward lane 4. Darren turned. The deck was empty. Back in reflection, Martin still stood there, then gestured toward the maintenance hatch. At the lane's deep end wall, Darren opened it and found a pressure leak, beginning in a circulation line. Left overnight in the freeze, it would have cracked worse and delayed spring reopening by weeks. Nice catch, Darren muttered to a reflection that disappeared before he finished the sentence. From there, the relationship settled into something resembling mentorship from a dead man with no interest in friendliness. Martin never appeared to reminisce. He appeared to correct if Darren let pity lower standards. For kids from rougher backgrounds, the whistle blew if you pushed too hard because he admired his own old athlete instincts more than the actual child in front of him. Yes?
Just scratching your back.
Mm-hmm. The pace clock stopped dead until he reset his thinking. The dead coach, it turned out, was not interested in toughness for its own sake. He was interested in discipline. That dignified effort. Darren figured this out fully. The day a shy middle school swimmer named Lewis nearly quit after missing qualifying time by half a second. Darren was ready with generic encouragement. The whistle sounded once from the empty deck, then the old stopwatch rolled across the office shelf and stopped against a training log opened to a page where Martin had written years earlier. Time is not verdict. Time is information. Give him one thing to fix. Darren did. Lewis stayed. Spring eventually came with new lane paint, repaired pumps, and the reopening of the main pool. The city made a modest display case in the lobby honoring local program founders, and the aquatics director asked Darren to choose from archive boxes what should go in Martin's section. He selected the old stopwatch, one whistle, and a photo of Martin in deck shoes beside a line of skinny kids who all looked terrified and proud. On the first day of public swim season, before anyone entered, Darren stood alone on the humid deck and blew the whistle once toward the water. The echo came back from the tiles with strange clarity, then faded under the sound of filling lanes and waking systems. He never saw Martin again after that, not clearly, but every so often when a swimmer lifts their hips properly at the exact right correction, or when a team runs one more clean set instead of one more sloppy one, Darren feels the air in the Natorium tighten the weight used to before a whistle. He still works there and still resets the pace clock manually. Each morning, though, the digital board no longer needs the old analog one. People say the pool has a strong culture. They made records, expectations, turnout, and pride. Darren knows culture is just the respectable term institutions use when the dead have done enough shaping that the living stop asking who started the habit. Martin Keel may no longer patrol the deck in invisible form, but the pool still behaves like he might for a sports facility that is probably the closest thing to immortality worth having. Wow, that is interesting. Turns out that Martin Keel was the actual swim coach, and he loved doing his job because it felt right for him. It felt fit for him. So many years before the new generation of swim coaches took the job and helped other children to well help like learn how to swim properly maybe. So if any of you like swimming and you might probably would like to I don't know, train a lot maybe, or perhaps maybe you're like just doing it for fun or whatever. So anyway, I used to do this for like Special Olympics back in the day, and I had a swim coach named Anna. I haven't seen Anna in like a long time. I don't know what she's doing now, or she might still be a swim coach or not. So the reason why I quit doing swimming is because I just didn't have the desire for that any longer. So anyway, but yeah, so it's been like I don't know 20 years since last time I swam, but I used to like it, but then everything kind of went other direction. So, but I choose to do what I like to do. So, oh, can you give me another one's wipes, please?
Sure.
This one's kind of dirty. This one's.
It'll be $11.50.
You wish. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyway, but yes, I literally used to like swimming, but then I lost interest. When I found out how sick I ended up being, everything changed. I literally stopped having desires about swimming. I just quit doing it. I tried, I couldn't come up with it. I couldn't keep up, so I had other desires, I guess. What I wanted to do in the future. Instead of being professional, uh, Special Olympic kind of girl, I decided to what I wanted to do as I was about to graduate high school. So when I left, I decided to work maybe as a dining room attendant for years, but now I like doing podcasting. So it's way better and you get paid for doing this. So, and I'm going to stick with what I like now. So, but yes. Anyway, this is what I like to do and it's fun. But swimming isn't really my style. So now that the story is done, we can start with questions. If any of you have any, you're always welcome to let me know. And we'll figure it out, with the questions and answers or something. So, anyway, we've got 10 questions and 10 answers. I will try my best to give you all the answers. So you're always welcome to join me on the conversation. So I hope that getting some answers. But anyway, we'll figure something out like always. So anyway, let's just get started with questions. I know you've got like a million, but I only have 10. So we will get through it, and I hope you guys do have some questions. So let's get started. And it's already 9 minutes after 9, so I have to get cleaned up, do some laundry, of course. Maybe I will go back downstairs and finish knitting. I am working on the sweater, so it's just going to take me a while, but I got a lot of yarn and maybe colorful ones too. So anyway, let's get started. Would you keep working there after hearing the whistle in empty pool? Yes, I would. I mean, if I ever gone to the public swimming pool, like inside the gym or something, they actually do have a pool. And if I ever worked there, I would probably, work my best. I mean, I would do my best way to make a lot of swimmers comfortable or something. I would try not to be mean to the swimmers, but I would just try everything, figure out how to help these swimmers, so that's exactly what I would have done. But yes, I would definitely continue working at the pool and even hearing whistles, voices. I would investigate the place, but I'm not actually going to do it now because we've got other stuff going on. So, but yes, anyway, those of you who are at home right now, watching this show, listening the stories about a lot of real life paranormal activity that's been going on, a lot of stories that people have experience with. But would you ever keep working at the community pool after hearing the whistles and hearing voices? But let me know in the comments if you ever continue working there. I probably would, but I'm not actually working at the pool because I actually don't have a job at the community pool. Doing podcasting and writing my own, novels is my job. So that is what I love to do, and it fits me perfectly, and I'm really good at it. So I'm like the reporter for the dead. I'm like helping them to move on into the afterlife. I'm like telling their stories. I just want them to know that it's okay to be, uh, going to another higher plane, but it's okay to move on. It's okay to find peace. But, if I were these swim coaches, if I literally did, help them, if I want to honor a coach, a swim coach, I would help other people. I would continue working with these swimmers, and I would, give them respect and everything. So let's go to number 2. Do you think Martin stayed for the swimmers, the standards, or the unfinished season? That's a good question, you guys. If Martin stayed, instead of moving on into the higher plane where other spirits are, he probably would have stayed for the unfinished business, like helping swimmers get better at their swimming, skills for the competition, maybe, how to train them. But I think that he stayed because it's for the swimmers and unfinished season, probably. Question for you, same one. Do you think Martin stayed for the swimmers, the standards, or the unfinished season?
The unfinished season.
Okay, I think people have spoken for that. Mostly it's my husband, but my cat's not really here because she's, upstairs napping or whatever, waiting for her mommy and daddy to, get some rest or something. My husband has to go to church tomorrow, and at 5 p.m. he has to get ready for his shift at Marco's Pizza. So, anyway, but I think Martin stayed because he wanted to do the unfinished business or something, like whatever he did. Unfinished mission. It's mostly swimmers as well. Anyway, let's go to number 3. Why are pools and athletic spaces such effective hunting settings? Well, I think it's probably because they are like emotional, I guess. I mean, the spaces can be very tragic way to die. I mean, at the pool, I guess. So there's a lot of tragedy. There's a lot of memories and history about it. Quality, whatever. The unfinished business, I guess. That sort of thing. So, same one for you. Why are pools and athletic spaces such effective hunting settings?
They always bring a lot of people.
A lot of quality people and best swimmers? Well, I guess Chris says that they bring a lot of people, mostly quality, skills, or talent, very athletic people. But I think I'm gonna go with my husband's answer or something like that. I mean, it's a lot of emotional places. Spirits go back into the place where it happened, the beginning, so they can get the truth and see what really happened. So I think I'm gonna go with that. All right, let's go to number 4. We're almost done here. What was more unsettling, the whistle, the wet footprints, or the reflected coach? Well, the unsettling part is, for me, would be the whistle, not just the wet footprints. I think it's probably because I could hear something in a pool, like say somewhere in between places. I could literally see the reflected person. I mean, like a figure standing somewhere trying to get attention from the living. I'm guessing Martin Keel, the previous swim coach, somehow died protecting the swimmers. He didn't make it, so no wonder why he stayed at the community pool and tried to communicate with the living, trying to tell them what's going on, how he died, apparently. I don't really know how he really died, but I guess we'll have to figure it out. So, for me, I think it's the reflected coach and the whistle, like hearing voice and the whistle whistling. Even if it's faint, but I could still like hearing it, I guess. So let's go to number 5, guys. All right, people, we have about 5 questions left before I sign off. Was Darren right to let the haunting shape how he coached? I think so. I mean, he let Martin Keel correct him somehow, but he probably accepted. He probably must have taken the advice from a dead man and help swimmers train harder and a lot better, mostly safer too, as well. So, again, guys, was Darren right to let the haunting shape how he coached? Yes, I think so. Do you think Darren did the right thing by letting Martin Keel take over?
Yes.
Good. I think so too. So I think Darren somehow took the advice from a dead guy. But I think he did the right thing. So Darren was trying to find out how this coach really died, trying to tell other people what really happened in the past. So my answer is yes. He did the right thing. What do you make of the line, time is not verdict, time is information? Well, that's a really good question. I think somehow time is like, well, I'm not really sure how to explain it. What do you make of the line, time is not verdict, time is information?
That time has no bearing in the spirit world.
Yeah. Time also has no limit. My husband says that there is no time in the world, like in a spirit world. So time is like timeless, okay? Time moves differently in the spirit world, I guess. But there is no time because it's different. Spirits don't age, they don't do that much anyway, but haunt our world, but in a spirit world. So time is different. It doesn't move. It's timeless. It's limited, maybe, or unlimited, I guess. I mean, there is no time because, well, people don't age at all after death. So All right, let's go to number 7. We're nearly done here. How is this hunting different from one based on fear or grief? Well, that is a good question, you guys. I think maybe it's because Martin's spirit haunting the place by trying to communicate with the living, trying to get their attention for what is going to happen. Perhaps Martin is trying to help the living swimmers to train harder, trying to correct them the right way. That is why he is haunting the place. Fear is part of survival, and a lot of people are afraid because it's part of them. And fear is just fear, Grief is like losing someone again. Well, grief is grief, but we grieve of losing someone has been a lot of different ways. So question for you: how is the haunting different from one based on fear or grief?
I don't know.
It's number 7.
Well, fear gives you a little bit of scare, and then grief is something that you're usually going through.
Like on denial, Fear is part of survival, It is what it is.
Yes.
And grief is something like you're grieving in different ways, and you're like having a bad day or something. You go through something that, say, like you lost someone. This is how you grieve. Like you're in denial and something like that. But we all grieve, but in different ways. My mom told me that my great uncle has passed away. I was grieving, but a little bit different. So everyone grieves in different ways, and fear is a part of us. We're afraid of something that we cannot control. Some people can, but most of us cannot. But it's a part of us. It's just the way it is, you guys. But anyway, let's go to number 8. All right, you guys, we have 3 questions left before I sign off. Would you want your child coached under a dead legend's standards? I probably would, yes, but I would try my best to make sure my child had the right swim coach to protect my kid and make sure my kid was safe and learned how to swim properly. I mean, spirits, they know what they're doing. But if my kid is afraid of a spirit of a swimmer or a swim coach, that's okay. I will find the right one. Maybe a nicer one, not a scary one. So I probably would let my child be coached by a spirit of a swim coach. Because he's a legend, he had a lot of experience, and he did everything right. Okay, guys, let's go to number 9. We have 2 questions left before I sign off. Can discipline become a form of care strong enough to linger? Of course it can. Yes. Martin cared about these swimmers a lot because he was trying to help them. Disciplining is helping them, training them, to get them stronger. It's the only way that Martin did. I mean, he loved them. He cared for them like a father figure or something, but he was a coach. So my answer is yes. I hope Martin Kiel rests in peace, and I hope he has moved on into the afterlife with others. So my answer is yes. Let's go to number 10. All right, we have one last question left before I sign off. If a ghost kept improving the culture of a place, would you call it haunting or legacy?
Both.
There goes my man. Yes. So if I ever kept the culture being improved, I call it legacy. I would honor Coach Martin by helping his swimmers. I would, the athletes, I would train them harder and help them a lot. I would make them feel much better. So that's what I would do. If I were him, I would help them feel much better, get them into healthy foods, and train harder. So even disciplining, but in my own way. That's exactly what I would have done. So my answer is yes. So I call it legacy, tradition. That's what I would do. Okay, guys, we are out of time. So next time on Ghosting with Anya, we have a new story for tomorrow. It is called The Night Nurse in Ward 7. So something to do with the institution, something like that. But episode 211. Anyway, but yeah, so thank you guys for watching and tuning in. So stay safe, have fun, stay spooky, and do what you gotta do. And see you guys on my next episode of Ghosting with Anya. Please click like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you on my next episode at 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. every night, right here on live stream. So please click like, share, and subscribe to Ghosting with Anya, and have a wonderful night. Bye. May God bless you.